We're here at floor 109. This floor is really straightforward. It's just a bit RNG. Floor wave 1, rather, is harder than wave 2, I think. Wave 1, you just have a chance to die sometimes. But at least it's the first wave. And then wave 2, even if you play the mechanic, you're kind of down to the mercy of whatever you happen to have as your speed tuning going into the last phase. But assuming you're lucky / doing it right, you'll be able to clear fine. It's pretty straightforward. So let's take a look at everyone's stats. First up is Ross. He's on his plus 15 HP set gear from Path of Air, with Aureus to reduce the damage that Commander Lorina takes on Wave 1. Then Tamarinne is on her HP plus speed set gear from Path of Air for doing her connection, with Magaraha's Tome for more cycling. Camilla, you're going to want 60 effectiveness with a good amount of speed, and the rest of your stats going into bulk. And I've got Warhorn here for more attack for Commander Lorina, plus a bit more cycling for Camilla, which actually ends up being pretty important for this fight. Lastly is Commander Lorina, your best destruction pen gear with Daydream Joker as her artifact. That's it for the stats, and I can take a look at the run. For wave 1 on the Commander Lorina team, I actually opt to kill the yellow Gargoyle, just because it's slightly more consistent. He's the one doing most of the damage here. You actually don't want to hit him with Tamarinne, just because when you hit him, he has a chance to get attack and defense buff. The Dark Gargoyle will get its buffs no matter who you hit, so that doesn't really matter. It's just, we want to minimize the chance he gets his attack and defense buff so we can kill him easier. Also unique to this floor is we want to keep our souls low in the second wave. So we're going to soul burn stuff like Camilla S1 or Ras S2 just to keep our souls low. We soul burn Ras S2 here to kill it and get rid of our souls. And now we just have to kill the Dark one and try to make sure we don't have any skills on cooldown, important skills rather, and that we have low souls and our HP is decently high going into the second wave. Here I'm just going to Ras S3 because I still want to make sure his S2 is up going into the next wave. And we're going to cut Commander Lorina anyways, so it's not really a huge deal. We can soul burn Ras S2 here, get rid of our souls, and maintain this S2 cooldown. And we are in the second wave. So now, just pop your Tamarinne idle S3 and let's get going. The main thing here is when you are above 5 souls, Angelica will get a CR push. You saw a very slight CR push there. Now, it's going to be a very big one because we're above 10 souls. That's the main breakpoint. So use your Camilla S1, Ras S2 soul burns to get rid of your souls. And then I would actually say I probably shouldn't have soul burn Camilla there. I should have saved it for Ras S2, or I should have just opted to not use Ras S2 at all. Tamarinne's going to strip all of the speed buffs here, or at least most of them. Even without Death Break, Angelica's pretty squishy, so it's not that hard to actually kill her. The main timer is just kill her before the mushrooms explode, which is their S3. And then once we kill her, we will enter phase 2. We're going to use our S1 soul burn, but we're going to refresh her attack buff first. Now we can soul burn and move into phase 2. So she has greatly reduced speed and 20% CR push anytime one of your units moves. 5 skill nullifiers, you have to get rid of the skill nullifiers before she takes her turn. You don't have to kill her, it's just get rid of the skill nullifiers and you'll be fine. So we do it no problem thanks to the dual attacks. Just in case the Commander Lorina method isn't working for you, here's an alternative team using Taranor Guard. Taranor Guard, if you didn't use him already in the earlier floor I did with him, then you should build him now because we're going to be using him after floor 110 anyways, and maybe on floor 110 as well. Anyways, his stats, it's just give him your Commander Lorina's Destruction Pen Gear with Daydream Joker as his artifact for this floor. Everyone else on the same stats, and we can just check out the run. So here, because Taranor Guard's damage is a bit lower, I'm going to opt to just ignore the yellow bomb, and we're just going to kill the dark one. This is pretty much the old team, except we used to use Rowena here over Camilla, because when you're spam hitting the dark one, you will be tanking a lot of counter attacks. That's just how it is. And even with single target counters, which aren't really Rowan's strong suit, when you're taking this many of them, her S2 is still pretty nice. Downside is, of course, we're face tanking the counters, and that means that we will be death broken a lot. So we will just unfortunately have to deal with that. Also, a pretty unique thing for this floor is you want to be low in souls, like below 10 going into wave 2. So you can soul burn stuff like Ras S2. Mainly Ras S2 just for this floor, and then in the second floor we can do Ras S2, Camilla S1, and Taranor Guard S3. I'm going to just use her S2 here, it's fine. I'm a bit more concerned with just getting this floor over with quick, or this wave over with quicker. I'm going to use Ras S3 here for the death buff. This guy gets attack buff and defense buff when you hit him, so you're hopefully trying to not proc it when you use Ras S3 like that. We didn't land our death break, unfortunately. We do still manage to survive, no problem though. So now we have to sort of judge our soul situation. I'm going to let Tamarinne heal. And so the problem here is we have 20 souls, so I'm going to hit this guy. Okay, good. I wanted him to not die there. So we're going to soul burn S1 here just to get rid of our souls, which also heals everybody. That actually didn't kill him. I thought that was going to kill him. Anyways, now he's dead and we're into wave 2. So this mechanic is just when you are below 5 souls, she won't get any CR push. Above 5, she gets CR push. You see a really small CR push there? That's just because our souls are between 5 and 9. We'll see here, once we hit 10, massive CR push. So try to stay below 10 for as long as you can. The timer to kill Sinful Angelica is really just before the mushrooms explode, which isn't too hard because she is pretty squishy. Now we are going to... let's use Tamarinne S3. And I can use Ras S2 here. We don't have any good options for getting rid of our souls, unfortunately. I'm just going to hold it for now. It's going to be a bit annoying. We got a lucky dual attack anyways. Slightly less lucky because of Taranor Guard's S2 passive, but you can see her zooming up the bar because we have so many souls right now. And we'll soul burn Camilla instead. Oh, that's kind of funny. With the lower, or with the attack break and attack buff on Tamarinne, Tamarinne ended up having higher attack. We'll just S3 for now. And we can use Tamarinne Idol S2 to push everybody back up. And I might as well extend this to a 3-turn attack buff. So now we should talk about the mechanic in her second phase, which is just, she has 5 skill nullifiers. We have to get rid of these 5 skill nullifiers before she moves. She has much lower speed at this point, but she gets 20% CR every time somebody moves. You don't have to actually kill her, it's just get rid of the skill nullifiers, so it's not as tight as you think. She does still move pretty slowly. Like, you see her CR isn't exactly going to be 80. Or whatever, 60, I think we took. I don't know how many turns we took. But pretty easy to get rid of them all, and I'm just going to show that you don't actually have to kill her. Taranor Guard's CR push does make it a little bit easier, specifically for the skill nullifier part. So I would say this is the main reason to use him if you're struggling, just because his CR push makes it so that even with like you getting pushed back and maybe you have like bad turn order, or you start all the way in the back, all 4 of your units, it's not a huge deal. So we're just going to get rid of our skill nullifiers here. If she takes her turn, no problem. If she takes her turn with the skill nullifiers on, then it's a problem, because then she'll just one-shot your entire team.